We'd like to give you a few examples of ineffective communication. It's even hard to select a few because from start to finish this episode was riddled with them. Let's look at the one where Sarah J talks to Jen about the fact that her boyfriend ghosted her.
And he just disappeared. It's been like 4.5 days. It's 110 hours, Jen.
No phone call, no explanation, nothing, no closure. It's disrespectful, it's rude, and it is a perfect example of ineffective or no communication.
How hard is it to send a tiny little text that says, hey, I think you're great, but it's not going to work out? Is that so much to ask?
The next example actually takes place during Sarah J's session with her navigator, me. She's completely missing what her coach is trying to convey to her, which is to create an awareness around her role in what happened.
Move forward. So I just need to find somebody else by Sunday.
Wait, this is a process, and the first step is self-awareness. She just doesn't want to hear it. And in a sense, I think I was ghosted.
Really curious to get your take on some of the scenes that you participated in. Let's talk about your date with David. You go to this pottery place, you are on top of your game, you are all giggly and fun, and you're having a great time. Suddenly, the topic of making Aliyah comes up. David is not hearing you. He's hearing, maybe you'll make Aliyah.
Now you say that you're for sure gonna do it, but in a few years things come up and you change your mind.
You do attempt once or twice to explain what you mean, and he's stuck hearing what he wants to hear. And then the veil comes down, you shut down, you're gone.
Well, I think I've mastered chromoluminescence.
And we're really not certain whether you'll even give him another chance and go out with him again. Did you feel as you were playing this role that that was a good role model for viewers, that that's how somebody should react when they are not being heard?
Well, I feel like I can argue both sides because I love that Sarah F is such a strong character and she really knows what she wants and what she believes in, and she really sticks to that. So I do want to say, you go girl, to Sarah F for sure. But then also part of me thinks, wow, this is their first date. It's their first date, and we don't really feel that way because for 3 episodes they've been trying so hard to go on a date, and it's been really hard. But part of me does want to tell her, it's the first date, you never know what's going to happen. You guys have a real chemistry that's rare, that doesn't happen a lot. And I don't think that's something you want to throw away just yet.
The show depicts how Sarah J starts a relationship with an Israeli soldier via emoji.
Emojis, hello. It's like a universal language.
Which is actually pretty hysterical. Texting has really infiltrated its way into relationships. I'll have people come into my office and they want me to review their text. Like, can you help me understand what you meant? So I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on the role of texting in relationships.
Well, texting is definitely a huge part of, probably every relationship for people who have phones. I've definitely been guilty of always showing my friends, my joke, what should I say back? Should I wait like 10 minutes or 20? What should I do? It can get a little unhealthy, especially when you don't know the person very well and like the beginning of the relationship is really based on texting. I feel like you're not really getting a great picture of each other because with texting, you have time to think about what you want to say, and you can say whatever you want, and you're not scared because the person's not right there. You don't really have to worry about nerves. You just push a button and boom, there it is. Definitely face-to-face is ideal.
Yeah.
For getting to know somebody, especially in the beginning. I feel like once you know someone really well and you've spent a lot of time together, texting, if you're not together, it's a good way to keep in touch.
We do sometimes get letters from our viewers. Dear Navidators, I live on the Upper West Side and sometimes get invited out for Shabbos meals, much like the one that was shown on episode 3. I find myself feeling very overwhelmed and subsequently, at times, sit there quietly. Any advice as to how I can be a participant rather than an observer?
Well,
That's a really great question, and I'm sure there are a lot of people, a lot of single individuals like yourself who find themselves invited to these meals and are often daunted by the whole scene. I would give you this piece of advice, and it really begins way before you even arrive. It's about retraining your focus on what it is you want to achieve from attending such a meal, rather than think about taking in the whole scene. Break it into a more manageable goal. Get to know one or two people. Engage them in conversation. And at the end of the meal, if you feel you've gotten to know one or two people and there was something real going on, you could leave there with a sense of fulfillment. You've enlarged your circle of contacts and perhaps even made a friend or two. What do you think? I mean, you were in that scene. Though you were acting, can you understand why that environment might feel very overwhelming?
If you don't know too many people very well, you kind of feel like you're a little new to the group. It can definitely be nerve-wracking. I agree with you. I think small goals, just maybe before the meal, saying, I'm going to ask one person what they do for a living, or one person, you know, what kind of music they like to listen to. Just something small that might start a conversation.
Okay, so it is giveaway time, guys. We are going to be giving away one free session to the first 5 callers that we get. Go to thenavidaters.com and click on the Pick Your Package tab, and there you will see all the different packages we offer, from date debriefing, come on in after a date, get some objective feedback, to Dater's Toolkit, to a dating profile analysis, to Drop Your Bags, which is like a real therapy session. So give us a call fast. These are valued at $150 and they can be yours for free. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. It was a pleasure chatting with you. And remember, don't wait, navigate.
Hey, you just finished a video from Soon By You. Well done. If you haven't done so yet, click on our logo below to subscribe, and make sure you check out other Soon By You videos over here. And now that you've done that, I don't know, go grab dinner or something. You've had a long day. You deserve it. Treat yourself. On me.